Hello, welcome to I Love Podcast, inspiring ladies of vision, where we discuss issues affecting women today from a biblical perspective. And we are investigating an issue in daily life that has drastically changed. Listen as I read. And the Lord God said, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him." And the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh thereof. And the rib which the Lord had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her to the man. And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh." This is from chapter 2 of Genesis. And our subject today is marriage, why me? Marriage, why not me? Did you know that marriage in the United States has decreased nearly 60% in the last 50 years? Excuse me. Marriage is God's best for mankind, but it has decreased nearly 60% in the last 50 years. The question is, what happened? Well, people have changed. What they want from life has changed. I've found that more and more people want to do things for themselves, like get a better education, travel, make more money, buy things they desire. They want to do what they want to do. They want to be free. Marriage is a responsibility. And then again, young adults don't feel the pressure from family and friends to marry like they used to. Now, here's the thing. Marriage has plummeted and cohabitation has escalated. Pew Research Center has found that 69% of Americans say cohabitation is acceptable even if the couples do not plan to get married. So it's very accepted to cohabitate, and it's much easier for people sometimes than marriage. I suppose it's easier to get out of cohabitation than a marriage. Most of the time, parts of the relationship are kept separate, like their finances and things like that. And they're less likely to have children, although some do. I know a lady whose twins were graduating from high school, and she and her father, their father, they were not married, they were cohabitating, and they'd never married, and their children were graduating from high school, and they didn't plan to be married. Speaking of children, many couples, both married and cohabitating, do not want children. Where it used to be that most people wanted to marry and have a family, many don't want to follow that road. They don't want the responsibility. They want to live life. Regent's recent survey said 64% of young women and 50% of men don't want any children. By the way, research from the Marriage Foundation reveals 47% of women who are age 20 will never marry. Our society has definitely changed. And now we are in a society and in a way that people no longer truly want to be married. We are in an I-oriented society, and so it's more about me and mine and what I want to do, and not what my husband wants to do or my children want to do. It's totally changed. What has happened in addition to this fact that people are not marrying like they used to? Whenever we stray away from what's God's best, there are repercussions. The National Center for Health Statistics report that the birth rate in this country has gone way down. I don't really know how the children being born today are going to be able to support the Social Security because the working group, when they grow up, will not nearly be as large as the ones they're trying to support with Social Security. Another thing that has happened is loneliness has increased for those over 50 by, guess what? 56%. And according to the 2023 Gallup report, depression is more prevalent than ever in the United States. Church attendance has declined by 42%. People who believe in God has decreased, according to a Gallup poll. In 1944, 96% of Americans believed in God. In 2022, 81% say they believe in God. So what does all of this have to do with marriage and family? Whenever we get out of the instructions and the will of God and choose to go our own way, we will experience the consequences of those choices that we have made. And this country has made a choice that they have decided statistically that they do not want to marry. And the consequences are going to be there. But I want to tell you that God is still God, and his ways and his instructions are best. He said, a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. But unfortunately, we have left that instruction. We have gone our own way. And now we are experiencing the consequences of leaving God's instructions. God knows what is best. He knows that marriage is best. He said it is not good for man to be alone. So he decided that they should marry and he should have a wife. We have, on the other hand, have said, no, we can just live together. And if we live together, there are times when we can just leave the relationship when we want to. We can live for ourselves. We can spend our money how we please. We can go where we want to go. We can do what we want to do. And even within that relationship of cohabitation, many people are really not even faithful to it. But God wanted us to be faithful to our marriage. He wanted us to go forth knowing him, loving him, and knowing that he's real. And the instructions he's given us are real. What can we do? How can we change it? Well, you know, there is good news. There's good news. And I have to tell you that that good news has started. And I'm going to tell you just what it is, just a minute. What does it have to do with marriage? And what has it to do with family? There is good news. There is a generation that is looking for that lifelong partner in marriage. Stephanie Kaplan, Lewis and co-founder of Campus Media, told Newsweek that a clear majority of 93% of Generation Z said that they were interested in marriage and a lifelong relationship. I was blown away. I was happy. Statistics say one thing, but these young people are saying something else. They are saying that they want to be in a marriage, in a relationship where they have comfort, in a relationship where they have, they're close to one another. They know they will be with one another, and where they plan to be with that person for the rest of their lives. This was a survey that she had taken, and she's worked with young people for a long time. And the majority, 93% of Generation Z, say they are interested in marriage and a lifelong relationship. Could it be the start of a new cycle? Could it be that this is just a cycle going round and round, and we will get back to what God has said is best for us? I hope so. Think about it. Thank you for watching I Love Podcast. This is Dr. Dolores Walker, inspiring ladies of vision, and we hope to see you on our next podcast. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Blessings.